Have you ever wondered what the line of control is and why it's so significant? Let's take a journey back in time. The year was 1947, a historic year that saw the partition of British India birthing two new nations, India and Pakistan. Amidst this monumental change, the region of Jammu and Kashmir emerged as a bone of contention between these newborn nations. As the dust of partition settled, it gave way to the First Indo-Pakistani War in 1947–48. This war was not just about territorial conquest, but also about establishing identity and sovereignty. The aftermath of this war led to the establishment of the line of control as part of the Karachi Agreement in 1949. This agreement aimed to create a ceasefire line, a temporary solution that morphed into a long-term reality. This marked the birth of the line of control, a de facto border that has been a hotspot of conflict ever since. Fast forward to today, the line of control is one of the most militarized zones in the world. Both India and Pakistan have deployed substantial military forces along this border, turning it into a powder keg ready to ignite at the slightest provocation. The line of control is not just a geographical demarcation, it's a battlefield. The history of this border is marred with instances of cross-border tensions, ceasefire violations, and periodic clashes between India and Pakistan. The border skirmishes have often escalated into full-blown conflicts, adding to the volatility of this region. The line of control is a silent witness to the strained relationship between the two countries, a relationship marked by a series of historical and political disputes. It's a stark reminder of the unresolved Kashmir issue, a problem that has festered for over 7 decades. The line of control, hence, is more than just a border. It's a symbol of the volatile relationship between India and Pakistan. The situation at the line of control isn't just a bilateral issue. It has drawn the attention of the international community. This disputed territory, a scar of partition, has echoed across the globe, with powers like the United Nations stepping in to mediate. The UN, recognizing the volatility of the situation, has called for peace, urging both nations to embrace dialogue over discord. The international community sees the line of control as a flashpoint, a potential spark for a larger conflict. It's a reminder of the desperate need for peaceful resolution, for conversations that can bridge divides and heal old wounds. The world watches, hoping for a day when the line of control symbolizes unity rather than division, peace instead of conflict. The line of control, thus, is a testament to the unresolved territorial conflict between India and Pakistan and a call to the world for peace. So why is the line of control so significant, you may ask? It's not just a line on a map, but a symbol of a historical and ongoing conflict. The birth of this line traces back to the heart-wrenching partition of British India in 1947, followed by the First Indo-Pakistani War. The line of control was an outcome of the Karachi Agreement in 1949, marking a ceasefire line that has since been a trigger point for several conflicts and skirmishes. This heavily militarized zone is a stark reminder of the constant tensions between India and Pakistan, with their significant military forces perpetually on high alert. It's a hotspot for cross-border tensions, ceasefire violations, and periodic clashes. But beyond the conflict, it also represents a global call for peace. International observers and organizations like the United Nations advocate for dialogue and peaceful resolution to the Kashmir conflict. Understanding the line of control is key to understanding the complex relationship between India and Pakistan and the global plea for peace in the region.